All right, let's just get right into it. Today we're digging into a pretty wild idea. What if I told you the real key to social media growth isn't about posting more of your own stuff, but about doing something completely different? You know the feeling. Every single person who's ever tried to build something online knows this feeling. You pour your heart and soul into a post. It's smart, it's funny, it feels important. You hit that publish button and you're just buzzing with anticipation. And then nothing. Absolute crickets. Maybe your mom likes it, a couple of close friends, but that's it. That little buzz of hope just deflates. And you're left asking that awful question, what did I do wrong? And that's when the spiral starts, right? First, you're just refreshing the feed again and again. Then you reread your own post, looking for a typo, anything to explain the silence. Pretty soon, that doubt creeps in. And you're not just questioning the post anymore. You start wondering if you're even cut out for this whole thing. It's a really brutal feeling. But here's the big idea from our source material. What if the problem isn't you? And what if the platform isn't actually broken? The argument is that the game is just, well, it's rigged. It has these unspoken rules that are stacked in favor of people who already have an audience. And this really gets to the heart of the disconnect. We all kind of operate under this myth that if we just put in enough effort, write the perfect hook, post every single day, we'll win. But the cold, hard reality the source points to is that the algorithm doesn't reward effort. It rewards visibility. If you don't have that initial spark, even the most brilliant idea can just fade away.
Okay, so if just broadcasting your ideas, shouting into the void, isn't the answer, then what is? This is where we make a huge shift in thinking. It's a strategy the source calls the contribution code, and it's all about moving from being a broadcaster to being a contributor.
And here it is. This is the big pivot, the game-changing question. What if all that time and energy you spend trying to craft the perfect, original post is misplaced? What if the real secret, the actual cheat code for growth, isn't posting more, but just replying better? So the contribution mindset is all about this. At its heart, social media is just a massive network of conversations. Instead of trying to start a brand new conversation from a dead stop, which is super hard, the smarter play is to find a conversation that's already buzzing with energy and jump right in with something valuable. And the perks of doing this are huge. You're not building an audience from scratch. You're borrowing one that's already there. You don't need to write a whole masterpiece. You just need one smart sentence that really hits home. You don't have to be famous. You just have to be a valuable voice in that moment. And that last one is the kicker. One single killer reply can get you more attention than 10 of your own posts. Okay. So if this strategy is so great, why isn't everybody doing it? It sounds almost too good to be true, right? Well, because there is a catch. It's incredibly powerful, yes, but doing it manually can be absolutely exhausting. And that's the burnout barrier. 'Cause let's be real, it's a grind. First, you have to hunt down the right threads to even reply to. Then, you have to actually think of something intelligent and insightful to say. Then, and this is the hard part, you have to do it consistently, every single day to build any real momentum, all while making sure you still sound like you, not some generic robot. It's a lot. And this right here is the weak point. This is why the strategy fails for so many people. Not because it doesn't work in theory, but because the manual effort is just too much. Most people burn out and give up right before they would have started seeing those amazing results. So that leads us to the big question. How do you get all those amazing benefits without the soul-crushing burnout? Well, the source material proposes a solution, using an AI reply assistant to help you scale your voice without scaling your effort. The specific case study we're looking at here centers on a tool called BuzzRep. It's presented as an AI-powered Chrome extension built specifically to make this whole reply-first strategy not just possible, but sustainable. So what's it supposed to do? Well, according to the source, it's basically your personal reply assistant for platforms like X, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And the core promise is pretty bold. Help you engage way more in way less time, all while keeping your authentic voice and personality intact. This table from the source does a great job of showing how a tool like this tackles those manual grind problems we talked about. You know, that awkward overthinking? It claims to use AI to analyze the context for you. Short on time, it promises replies in seconds. Worried about daily burnout? It has presets to get you started. And the big one, sounding like a robot? It has custom tones to match your actual brand voice. Now, as part of this case study, the source even mentions the price point, a limited deal for $27 a year. The point isn't really the number itself, but what it signals, that this kind of tool is aimed at being super accessible for individual creators, not some giant, expensive corporate software. And the source also points out that the tool comes with a full strategy guide. So the idea is you're not just getting a hammer, you're also getting the blueprints. It's a complete system that teaches you the how and the why behind the entire strategy. And this quote, man, this brings it all back to what really matters. It's not just about the follower count or the likes. The biggest benefit being presented here is that it protects a creator's most precious resource, their energy. Think about that. That constant nagging feeling in the back of your head, that little voice saying, I know I should be replying more. The whole point of a system like this is to make that feeling just go away. To turn engagement from a draining chore into something that's actually streamlined and maybe even fun. So at the end of the day, this whole explainer really boils down to one simple question for you to think about. When you look at what you're doing on social media, is your strategy built for shouting into the void, or is it built for contributing to the conversation? That's a powerful thought to leave you with.